Hi, welcome back to Tales of Yarnia. This is episode 58 and my name is Hannah. Welcome. If you're a new viewer, it's exciting to have you here. I hope you enjoy all the things I've got to show you, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. It really does mean so much and it's lovely to chat to you again. So, it's been a few weeks, maybe a month since I last podcasted. I'm sort of back into the swing of things a little bit with designing and trying to juggle all of this around the kids. So, I've written down all the things that I've got to show you today. First up, I thought I'd just mention what I'm wearing, because otherwise I'll forget to talk about it. This is the Mimi cardigan by Locatelli. I'm not sure how well you can see the bottom of it. I've just started sort of properly wearing it again because I forgot that I had it, to be honest. And yeah, it's quite oversized, so I wasn't sure quite how to style it for a while, but now I think I've figured it out, and oversized with big sleeves seems to be in at the moment, so I'm sort of figuring it out and enjoying wearing it again. I think it was knit using 2 strands of mohair held together, and you sort of end up fading through a few different colours. Probably easier to see on the sleeve. But yeah, really love the finished thing, and I don't find mohair itchy. I'm one of the lucky ones. I know some people do have issues with it, so but I've got it next to skin on my arms and I'm fine with it. It's warm, it's quite a warm, well insulating piece, but it is really cozy and fluffy and soft. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing. On to the first finished objects I've got to show you. I don't think I mentioned at the start that I am Hannah, the designer behind Yarnia Designs. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry and Payhip. So I sell knitting patterns on Ravelry and Payhip, and you can also follow me on Instagram to see all of my things that I've got in the pipeline, all the patterns that I've already got out as well. So I have got a pattern release. I'm filming this on Wednesday, the 11th of March. Yes, that's the date. And this is the day I've released my new sock pattern. So I'll show them to you whilst I'm talking. I hope that everything is shown properly on the screen. I'm trying a new setup today, filming on a different camera. So I'm hoping the audio quality might be better. But it's a bit of trial and error, so fingers crossed this is a bit better, but you'll have to let me know and see. So without further ado, these are the hyacinth socks. So hopefully you can see the detail here. It's a slip stitch pattern. So it's fairly simple to do. Really easy to memorise once you've done a couple of the flower repeats. I'll just pick one sock to show you, it might be easier to hold. So this is a collaboration with the wonderful Whitney of Moonglow Yarn Co. She has just, well, by the time this goes out, she will have just released her new collection, which is called the Moonlit Lilac Collection. Which is her collection for spring this year, and this pattern uses her sock set. So you get one big skein of this gorgeous colourway. I think it's called Mallow. I now can't remember. And you get 6 mini skeins as well. So it's just stunning colours. You get 3 different shades of blue and then 3 different shades of purple, and it creates this beautiful fade. So yeah, it's really beautiful. I mean, mean, Whitney always comes up with the best colourway collections, so you just can't really go wrong. And I thought this lent itself really well to a floral design ready for spring. So here we are, and it's also inspired by Bridgerton as well. I love Bridgerton. I know lots of us do. So I thought, why not name it Hyacinth? Because these colours remind me of hyacinths as well. Also, full credit to my mum for helping me with the name. So thanks, Mum. Should give her the credit, really. So yeah, here we go. These are the hyacinth socks. Yeah, they are now available on Ravelry and Payhip, and you get 20% off, no code needed, until the end of Sunday, the 15th of March. So I'm hoping to get this podcast out on Friday. So whenever it's uploaded, hopefully you should still have time if you discover the socks through this to get in the sale. So yeah, here we go. Right, I will pop those down and move on to our next finished object. This is going to be a sock heavy episode, this one. I've been really into socks recently. I think it's just because they're so, what's the word? So quick and satisfying to knit compared to the bigger projects we can do. And I'm just getting that satisfaction of finishing something, or finishing one sock and then finishing the other one. And they're just so portable and easy to pick up and put down, which is handy when you've got kids around. So, second finished object is another pair of socks, and this is another design that I've got in the pipeline. I did do a little Instagram story with a poll asking whether people would actually be interested in this as a design, as a pattern to be released, and I think most people did say yes. So I'm going to go ahead and write it up soon. Not sure when exactly these will be available, but yeah, I need to go through the whole process. I haven't even written it up yet, so but this will be the next one that I write up. And yeah, they're just lovely textured pattern with a little bit of a tiny cable up the side, and yeah, it's another fade. So these actually also use mini skeins, and I think this was the Cloudburst mini skein set from Pixie Yarn, who's another favourite of mine. She does beautiful combinations of colourways and fades. She does really good fades. So yeah, that's the next one that's going to be worked on. Haven't got a name for it yet, but yeah, I'm sure something will come to mind. Okay, so those are the two finished objects that I've got. Oops, they're falling over. I'll just put them over there. And I've got a few works in progress. So let me just check my notes and check I've not missed anything. Nope, that's fine. So the first work in progress, I'm keeping in this lovely bag from Hikari Handmade, and this is just such a good size. Yeah, I love to keep my bigger projects in this bag. So living in here is my Wellsbury sweater, which is a pattern by Amy Loudon. I think it's called And Other Knits on Instagram. And this is in a bit of a different state to when you last saw it. I think on the last episode, I haven't even finished the back piece. So I have now finished the back piece. I'm sorry, I'm just checking to see whether you can see everything in the frame. Hopefully you can. Yeah, I'll show you a little bit closer up. So the two panels of the back are knit one after the other, but when you knit the second one, you attach it to the first half of the back. So it's not seaming. It's attached as you knit, which is really nice. So yeah, that's the back piece, and I am now at the point where it's a bit of an awkward stage to show you, but just didn't have time to make any more progress on it. This is where we are up to, so that's what I've got to show you. I've finished one half, so I'm just trying to show you both bits. I've finished one half of the front. It's just curling up at the moment because it's stockinette, and that's what stockinette does. But it will look the same as the back once it's finished. And I've just started this shoulder of the other side of the front, and I think once I've shaped the neckline, they will then join together here where this little marker is. So and then they will start being attached as I work my way down. So here we go. So this is being knit with 3 different colourways from Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. I can't remember all the names, but I will have put them, I think, on the last episode, so I'll try and write it in the notes. And I did also want to show you, this is sort of slightly leading into acquisitions. I might as well talk about it here because I've got one of the stitch markers on here, so try and show you. Hopefully that's in the frame and you can see it, but there is a little teacup just here. It might be blending into the colour of the yarn as well. And I got a set of new stitch markers from Needle and Notion, who are a new Etsy shop, and I'll just show you the other ones that came in the set whilst I'm talking about it, instead of flitting back and forth. So here we go. I've got 2 of them already on projects, because I felt as soon as they arrived I just had to. But yeah, I got a set of 5 different stitch markers, and they're all teacups. I think they're made out of resin. But yeah, they're really lightweight, they're not heavy, they don't drag down on the projects. Even they're a nice size, and you can use them as stitch markers or as progress keepers because the clasps open and close. But they're also nice circular ones, so nice for passing along when you're going around in your knitting, if you're using them as stitch markers. So yeah, those are the colours I've got, and I think you will see the 5th one on another project that I'm going to show you. So yes, that is where we're up to on my Wellsbury sweater, which I'm really enjoying working on. It's quite a nice mindless knit, because it's just a lot of stockinette once I've done the shaping parts. So pop that away. Okay, put that on the floor so I know I've talked about that. Okay, so another project I've got is living in my Socks for Dobby bag. And here we go. This is a new sock design, and this one actually doesn't use mini skeins, which is quite unusual for me now, but I'm really excited about this one. So this project also uses Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co, and the colourway I'm using is one of the Bridgerton colourways from the first round of Bridgerton that she did. Must have been 2 years ago, I can't remember. But this is I Burn For You. And don't know how close up this is. Hopefully you can see it nicely. Yeah, it's just gorgeous purples. And this is the sock that I'm designing. I'm going to sound like a broken record saying that over and over again. But yeah, so this is the front of the sock, and then I've done the same pattern on the back, and there's some a bit of interest going up the side of the sock too. I hope you can see that. And there is the 5th stitch marker from my my Notion and Needle set. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. This one is a slightly more involved. Might be a bit easier to see now. This one is a slightly more involved lace design, but you do still get some rows where it's just plain knitting and purling. It's not lace on every single row, so it looks more involved than it is. But I am having to pay attention to this more than some of my other projects at the moment. So, there we go. So I'm still on the first sock for that, so that one's going to be a while off, but I am really enjoying it. This is my next work in progress. I think it's a new cast on. We've got a lot of new things this time. So this is a cardigan that I'm knitting for my daughter, who is actually turning 4 next week. Yes, 4. I know, I can't believe, I don't know where the time's going. So the yarn is actually a new acquisition that I bought specifically for this project. So I'll show you that first. It is Willow and Lark Poetry, which I actually got in the sale on Love Knitting. Is it loveknitting.com or yeah, Love Knitting anyway. That's where I got it. And it's a DK weight yarn. I think it's a mix of fine merino wool, camel hair and acrylic microfiber. It comes in 50-gram balls. It's really, really soft. It's really lovely to the touch. Oh, what colourway is it? The colourway is called Rose. So I am knitting the Magnolia Little. Is it Magnolia Little or Magnolia Mini? It's the children's version of the Magnolia cardigan by Camilla Vad. And this is where I'm up to it. It's quite a recent cast on, and I'm just on the yoke shaping at the moment. So that's the front, and this is the back. Oops. There. So yeah, this is a nice mindless knit at the moment. Just got to concentrate when I get to the increase rows, and yeah, really enjoying that. Looking forward to having the finished thing for my daughter as well. I'm obviously not planning to get it done by her birthday because that would just be insane. But yeah, she helped choose the colours, the colour as well, so that would be nice for her to like have an input in what she gets to wear. And I forgot to tell you what bag this is living in. This is in my bag from Eldon Woodcraft, and if you haven't seen Emma's bags before, they are just gorgeous, so well made, and she always uses such beautiful fabrics. They're just really, really lovely, so definitely check those out if you haven't already. Right, so those were all of my works in progress at the moment. I've not made any progress, well, they're not all of my works in progress because that would be difficult to show you, but it's all the ones I've made progress on. So I've not really made any progress on my shawl design, which uses the slip stitches from last episode. I've just been really into socks, so I'm sort of focusing on 1 or 2 designs at a time, and I've been really working a lot on the hyacinth socks and getting all of the stuff ready for that pattern release. So it takes up a lot of brain space, and I feel like it's important for me to have some knitting projects which aren't designs. So yeah, I've not made any progress on that one at the moment, but hopefully I'll be picking it up again soon. And I've not made any progress on my crochet blanket, the granny square blanket. So yeah, I do also have those sat in the whip pile, but they're not sort of active whips at the moment. So got a few, I have got one other thing actually. which isn't knitting or crochet, but it is spinning. And I finished a spin that had been on my wheel for at least a year. We moved house and it was still on the spinning wheel. So yes, I think this was John Arbon fibre. I can't remember the colourway name or anything like that. But yeah, I finished a spin, so that's the thing I've done. So I thought I might as well show that. It's been plied and then I left it on the bobbin because I think you're supposed to leave them to rest after they've been plied for 24 hours. And then I put it in the other room and forgot that it was still on here. So I do need to wind it up into a skein and soak it and all of that stuff at some point. But it can wait. Okay, so that was pretty much everything I've got to show you, I think. I think the baby might be waking up, so I think my time is very limited. I'll just go and check. I'm not sure. I'll leave him for a bit. If it becomes too noisy, then we'll have to end it here. Okay, so that was all my projects to show. I did get another little acquisition, which was another sweaters quantity for my daughter of Willow and Lark Poetry, and this is the colourway Ice Blue. So I have got a project lined up for this, but yeah, I thought I'd buy it whilst it was in the sale. So yeah, there was that. What other things did I talk about last time? I was reading a book last time, which I have now finished. I've not picked up another one yet. I did really enjoy the last read. What was it called? Honestly, my brain at the moment, I can't remember what book I was reading, but I did finish and I've not picked up anything new yet. I might be heading into like audiobook season, I think, just because I'm not taking the time to read, and my hands are just busy all the time with projects and knitting and all of that. So yeah, might pick up another book at some point, but I haven't got another one lined up right now. So yeah, it's been really lovely to chat to you all. I hope you've enjoyed the episode and found a little bit of inspiration. That's normally what I get out of podcasts when I watch them, so I hope you found it inspiring and just something to watch whilst you're knitting or crocheting away anyway. So yeah, it's been really lovely to chat to you, and don't forget you can get 20% off the Hyacinth socks until Sunday. So I'll put links to everything I've talked about in the notes down below, and yeah, I hope you have a lovely few weeks until I speak to you again soon.